Hi, thanks for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name's Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our bets and your bets, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Tuesday, May 28th, NBA playoffs, Western Conference Finals, Game 4. Mavs up 3-0 lead in this one. And if you watch the first three games and you've been on the side of the Timberwolves, unfortunately like we have, you've been absolutely wanting to pull your hair out, throw things at the television, wonder how they cannot play pick and roll defense. This might be the worst example of pick and roll defense I've ever seen. It's been absolutely horrendous. How is Rudy Gobert Player of the Year when he can't guard anybody unless they're just 2 feet away from the basket? He's an NBA Defensive Player of the Year inside of 3 feet. But just because you can block a shot and get some rebounds does not mean you're Defensive Player of the Year. And it's been proven time and time again is he cannot play pick and roll defense against anybody. It looks like Derek Lively's going to be out for Game 4. That you would think would help the T-Wolves, but Gafford's been just as solid in there. And Mavs look better at home than they had the first two games. They started making wide open shots because they're all over the place because these guys cannot fit. Now they're blitzing Luka, and he's still getting through the blitz. This is supposed to be the best defensive team in the NBA, I guess, except against the pick and roll. They look like the worst defensive team in the NBA when it comes to pick and roll defense. It's horrific. I will give all the flowers, though, to Dallas in this one, as they have played this series masterfully. Thank God the T-Wolves won, because don't think that they would have beat the Nuggets like this, as the Nuggets actually know how to play pick and roll defense. They got a big guy too, but guess what? He's better defensively than your so-called Defensive Player of the Year. Anthony Edwards has not been great, but one of the other reasons why this series went the way is Karl Anthony Towns has been the biggest shit show I've ever seen. How much money is this guy getting paid and he can't hit one shot? He's been horrible. Absolutely dreadful. Like, you're not going to win a championship with Karl Anthony Towns playing like this. Everybody looking for cat options, do yourself a favor and play unders and don't worry about it. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat right now. It's just absolutely insanely horrible. So I really don't know what to say other than that. It's been that bad. And Anthony Edwards looks more interested in driving to the hole and passing it than he does trying to finish around the cup or shooting a mid-range jump shot or trying to get off a three. Where's the Anthony Edwards that wanted to go dunk over everybody all the time? I don't know how you can be. I understand it's the most basketball he's ever played in a season, but how can you be 22 years old, that athletic, and look this exhausted? And it's not like you're playing back-to-back nights. You're still getting a day off. Why are you not sitting in the oxygen tank for 48 hours? Like, let this dude go rest. Let him sleep for a couple of days, whatever it takes. But this has been absolute disaster. And once again, the Mavericks close out quarters, close out halves, close out the fourth quarter. Another reason why the T-Wolves haven't won any of these first three games. It's absolutely, the Mavs have surgically torn this series apart. Congratulations to them. And to be really honest, we don't like a side tonight at that 2 number. If we're going to play it, it's the Mavs. But all we're going to do is we're going to focus actually on, we are going to just play a total in this one, play totals, and then a bunch of player props in this one. So total at 210 roughly, most books. Lines at 2 again. Don't really understand why it's only at 2, but I guess they don't think the T-Wolves are going to get swept, or there's still so much public money on the Wolves that it's okay to take this line. I really don't get it. So on that one there. But let's give you the bets we've got in the T-Wolves-Mavs game. T-Wolves-Mavs over 51.5 first quarter. Over 103 first half. Over 210 for the game. Derek Jones We're all over Derrick Jones. If he's going to get that many wide open looks, I don't know how the hell you don't play him for everything. Over 9.5 points, 15 plus points, 2 plus threes. If there was a 3-3 option that I could find, I'd take that one too. Kyrie over 22.5 points, 25 plus points, 30 plus points. Karl-Anthony Towns under 1.5 threes. And Mike Conley, the only consistent offensive threat that they've had all 3 games. Jay McDaniels had a couple nice ones and one turd. But at least Conley's been consistent, over 12.5 points for Conley. We're probably going to add a couple more bets. We're cutting this episode 30 plus hours before game time. So there wasn't everything available as of yet. But we're at least got this one's here. And I mean, this is going to give you 11 bets. That we got a great shot at cashing here. The side, just like I said, I just total disappointment from me in this one here. I understood it was going to be a harder series, and it was like necessarily a harder series, but it was not a great matchup for the T-Wolves. But I did not expect them to play pick and roll defense like one of the worst teams in the league. One of the worst teams in the league at it. I mean, how many more lob dunks and wide open threes do you have to give up? And not only that, you're still letting Kyrie and Luka go off for 30 apiece. I understand if you give up a bunch of lob dunks and you held Kyrie to 20 and Luka to 23 or something like that, and wide open threes, but those guys weren't scoring, but you didn't even do that. It does not make any sense. And I think we need a new version of what's good defense when it comes anymore. Or I guess, I mean, they've laid out the blueprint for next year. All you have to do when you play the T-Wolves in the regular season is pick and roll offense. They can't stop it. They got no answer for any of it. Chris Finch, coach of the year, my ass. He should be fired. You've had 3 games to figure out some sort of defense or some sort of rotation that'll work, and it's not even coming close. I mean, it's a shame. It really is. I mean, T-Wolves thought we were going places. My bad. If the Nuggets would have won that series, I know the Mavs weren't going to sweep the Nuggets, but the Nuggets might win the series and go to the championship and win this whole damn thing again. That's how big that Nuggets series was. Let's give you those bets one more time. Like I said, make sure you do check out the Google Sheets at the end of our show on our TikTok and YouTube channel pages as well for a ledger of all of our bets. Make sure you do check those out as we get closer to game time, as I'm sure we'll have some more plays on this as well. Let's give you the ones we got so far. Mavs Wolves, over 51.5 total first quarter. Over 103 total first half. Over 210 total for the game. Derrick Jones, if he gets that many looks wide open, he's going to have another monster. Derrick Jones over 9.5 points, 15 plus points, 2 plus threes. Kyrie over 22.5 points, 25 plus points, 30 plus points. Karl-Anthony Towns under 1.5 threes. It should be a half a three for Towns, and I probably would bet the under on that as well. And then Mike Conley over 12.5 points. So like I mentioned before, our Google Sheets is the best way to find all of our bets. You can find that in multiple spots online. At the end of every YouTube episode that we do, in the comments section, you'll see a link, docs.google.com/spreadsheet. A bunch of other stuff behind it. Click on the link, go to basketball 23-24 season. Scroll down to May 28th to be able to get all the bets there, plus the juice we got them at, how many units we wagered, then also the book we placed it at. Then you can also find that on our TikTok and YouTube channel pages as well. Same link, same way. Scroll down, go to basketball 23-24 season. Scroll down to May 28th. If you want to make life easy to find us, it's really simple to do. All you have to do is hit subscribe or follow, depending on what social media platform you're watching us on. We'll show up in your subscriptions tab or followers tab when we drop a new episode of Bets. And if you want to make life even easier to find us, it's even easier to do. Turn on notifications for the social media platform you're watching us on. You'll get a notification sent to your phone or device to let you know Sports Bets for Free has dropped a new episode of Bets. Give you plenty of time to match those up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. We do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode.